Good morning, kids. So as I head to my day's appointments, I'm doing a broker's open. If you come. Love to see you there. It's a great house. Let's talk about it. I was supposed to go to closing with a client yesterday. We've been dragging this thing. We've been doing the things, and sometimes clients just don't listen. But in this instance, it just got dragged out for ridiculous reasons or whatever. But the thing that happened yesterday that we have no control over, hence why I wrote a book that says When You Thought You Were Going to Closing. And of course, part 2 needs to be coming because I got more stories that's added to that. Well, let's talk about it. A credit collection popped up on their credit to the tune of 114 points. That is a dagger when you're right about to go to closing. I mean, it's a couple days before closing. And of course, please understand, when they tell you they're gonna pull your credit again, they're gonna pull your credit again. Before you get them keys, don't buy a piece of bubble gum on credit. Cash. Don't be moving money around, doing all the weird things. Don't do it. But in this instance, because this drop in the credit, they need the full rental verification just to add to their credit worthiness, that they do something consistently and on time. So is this about things popping up on your credit? Is this about understanding your credit and the power of doing things in a timely fashion? This video is all of those things, because in my walk in this business, in my own personal life, understanding credit has really changed the way I do things, how I operate, how I think about things, and all the good things. And then when I come to my clients with these same conversations, I can offer you my experiences, my testimony, and how I, got it together. Because it wasn't taught to me. Like most of you, it was not taught. It's, pay your bills. Why do we need to pay the bills? Why do we need to pay them on time? What is the significance? How much will it impact you? I was sitting with my lender the other day, and we were going through some things, breaking down a credit report. 30 days late on a car payment takes 50 points off of your credit, and it takes a while for it to come back. It comes back gradually, but that clean slate is what they're looking for. And once again, it's all about your worthiness, how things impact you. Is my client upset? Yes, they are. Do they feel like the world is falling and it's like they're in Sunday service and the preacher talking about them specifically? Of course they do. But it's not uncommon. Things happen, and sometimes things pop up and we just forget about them and don't know about them. Do we get past this obstacle? Most definitely. Will we be closing today? Do we won't? No. Not happening. Next week. It is still a thing. It is still happening. So I go into psychologist mode, and we have the conversation of, we're right here at the finish line. All you gotta do is cross it. But the important thing I want people to understand, I had this conversation with another client the week prior. When they're asking you for things, it's this invisible person called an underwriter. No one ever sees the underwriter. We don't know the underwriter's name. All we know is that your lender will send things to the underwriter, and the underwriter will say yes, no, maybe so. The lender gets to a point, the lender and their processors get to a point where they understand how to maneuver and work with the underwriters. So there's not so much back and forth. But when in the instance that it is, please take into consideration the amount of money that you are borrowing. In some instances, for $30,000, $600,000, you're borrowing a significant amount of money. $430,000 is nothing to sneeze at. It ain't in most people's bank account. $600,000 is nothing to sneeze at. It's not in most people's bank account. So the fact that they're asking you all these questions, if you ask me for $5 right now, I want to know why you ain't got $5 and when I'm gonna get my $5 back, because I ain't got it like that. So when the government comes or these banks come and they ask you about all your business, you're asking them for a ton of money over a long, expansive time. So you have to take into consideration that they're going to get a little nosy. They're going to ask you questions, and most of the time, it's just a question. Hey, what is this? And all you have to do is say, oh, it was this. This happened to me, and I got a credit card, and this is what I did. That's it. It's nothing scientific. It's nothing crazy. You just have to answer truthfully, because it will come back to bite you in the butt. There's no need to make things up. If people give you money, ask your lender, ask your realtor what to do with the money first. Don't just take money from people and drop it in your account, because you have to be held accountable. And once they give you money, you have to be held accountable for where these monies are coming from. They want to make sure there's no loan tied to it and hindering you from paying the money back to them. So all of this comes back to, do you have credit worthiness, and will you pay me my money back? Because sometimes you don't pay everybody back. So when it comes to purchasing a house, it is a tedious process. Have your documents in order, know where your W-2s are, know how to get a hold of your pay stubs, know how to bring your bank statements up. All of these things are super, super important. So when they say, oh my God, I already sent them that, just send it to them again. It's a process. But at the end of the day, getting keys in your hand, owning your own property, being able to build a portfolio is life altering, not just for you, but generations to come. There are generations behind you that get to learn and see the process. If you have children, and children that can count, take them through the process with you. Don't hold back anything. Kids need to see. If you're sacrificing to purchase a house and things are getting a little slim in the house and you got to cut back to save money, the programs don't work for you, that you don't want to do the higher interest rates and you're going to buckle down and save the money, bring your family into the process so they can understand, hey, we're not going to eat out 3 times this week, maybe we eat out 1 time this week. Because this is a whole life change that I am trying to create, and it's for the greater good. So we're not going to closing yesterday, we're not going to closing today, we're going to closing next week. It'll get done. But sometimes obstacles do come and we just have to jump over them. Y'all have a great day. Bye.